Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, across the nation, around the world, wherever you may be. This is the NECA King. And today we are going to be doing an old school review here. I'm going to be doing a review that is in the style of the new reviews that are done by Nostalgia Unboxed, which are done in the style of the Mad Hatter, which are done, in the style of the NECA King. So I'm actually going to kind of do my own style here where we're not going to do much editing. We're just going to be looking at this shit right out of the box. I had a shitty day. I'm done with Haulathon. Fuck Haulathon. Oh, wow, we're going to do a video about Worm and Old Man Ruff. Ooh. No, this is the toy that I want to open. This is the figure that I have been looking forward to. This is the green Fugitoid. The TRANSMAT variant. I'm getting, warped into space. This is from the comic books, obviously. This is the Mirage line. And we all love Fugitoid. We all love Fugitoid. But we look, what we love more than Fugitoid is buying variants of the same toy that we've already bought before. And this one isn't just a repaint. It's very clever. It's got the whole thing in this translucent. I don't think it's glow in the dark, but it's got this kind of stuffity stuff in there. It's got the sparklies. So he's getting shot up into space. Let's get this thing out of here. I like the way it looks. This is one of the things that as soon as I saw it, I was like, God, I hope I don't come across that in the store. Seems like NECA releases about a couple dozen of those items a year. But anyway, let's open this up. Let's see what's inside. And let's check out the green TRANSMAT Transman Fugitoid. He's a female to male. He's wearing a binder. That's one of the accessories. A little HRT in there with him. All right, let's get it out of the box. So there we have it, ample out of the box. Got a nice accessory loadout for your Mirage figure there. Also, excuse if there's any emphysema coughing or heavy breathing or just general, bad takes or whatever. I'm not doing any editing in this. I'm fucking done making nice NECA King videos, okay? I'm going back to the old school. I'm going back to the original video where my cat was sitting there and there was my food trash from my work dinner, and it was 9:30 at night, and I had to go back and grind a bunch of sausage, and I was sleeping in my workspace on a cot. Instead, I get to put this on my dirty table. So we're gonna end the stream with my dirty table, okay, in the cot in the compressor room that I live in on a cot because I work 24 hours a day. This is the NECA King, and Michelangelo says, "Thank you for stopping by." That's kind of the NECA King video that we're going back to. Oh, and I fucking hated myself for collecting. I didn't just enjoy this stuff. I didn't look forward to making NECA King videos. I was I'm gonna make fun of collecting because collecting is retarded. And all adult males in the Western world who collect toys should be taken out back and shot. And we will by the Chinese communists when they take this country over, because they have gotten us to buy these toys that are made with carcinogenic, feminizing, parasitic plastics and paints that get into our bloodstream and DNA and change us into sissy boys who will bow to our Chinese overlords. I mean, we're already doing it. Look, we're paying, $40 for we're paying $40 for this. So you might as well just come and invade my country and take my wife. You know what I mean? Anyway, I really enjoy this figure. It kind of speaks to me, and I think I'm going to keep it. It's got all different kinds of accessories. It's got guns, it's got hands. But my question is, once I take it out of this plastic, how posable is it? So let's find out. All right, so here we have the Fugitoid loadout. Let's just talk about the accessories real quick. We got a really nice array of accessories here. You got a couple different arm cannon things, some rifles, or you got a rifle and a big gun, a big pistol, double-handed pistol, and then you got a couple of single-handed pistols over here. Got some various hands. I'm not sure what these hands are for. I'm pretty sure that's the hand he uses to manipulate himself. But that also came with the Pee Wee Herman doll. So I was actually super impressed by I was so happy when I broke this open, because all I wanted out of this figure was for this and this to be bendy and not rigid, so you could get all kinds of posability out of it. I'm filming amateur way tonight, so I can't actually do this on the fly, but he's gonna fall over. All right, here we go. Now we got him up on the flight stand here. Yeah, you can get some cool stuff out of this guy. It's just awkward. You're going to have to, like I said, deploy a couple things. Like, it took me a couple of tries to get this to actually get in here, and it's still not posed the way I wanted it to be in there. I don't know. Let me see if I can get something a little more complex out here. See, this is what I'm getting a lot of. Like, he's got a weird center of gravity, so he wants to kind of go somewhere, especially if you've got the guns in or whatever. So, like, you'd have to get kind of like a good grip on him somewhere in that claw. Or I use these little posing figures. You should get some of this stuff. It's called museum wax. You can get it in tubs. You can get it with these little tiles, or not tiles, whatever these are, tabs. And you can get it to stick, and it doesn't really ruin stuff. If you're careful about peeling it off, it doesn't ruin stuff. But if you kind of did that with a couple of different stands, like, you could get some really crazy posability out of this guy. It's just a matter of the fact that the figure itself is like, the character himself is awkwardly shaped, and kind of makes it difficult to, like, in the real world where gravity and physics exist, kind of makes it a little difficult. But if you used, a couple tricks up your sleeve, you get some good stuff out of them. So a couple things I noticed about this right out of the gate. First of all, even though it's bendy, that kind of limits the posability, because with the joints, you can just pose something and it stays. But with the bendability, it always wants to, like, kind of go back to where it was, like the old memory foam mattress. And it kind of makes it like the figure itself is awkward. This is one of those things where it looks great on a comic book page, but then when you make it into a action figure, it makes it kind of difficult to pose. So you're gonna have to, like, work with a stand or a flight stand or some museum wax or whatever to get some crazy posing out of it. But the cool part is that, well, let's employ some of let's deploy some of that stuff and see what we can get out of it. Here's the thing that I noticed that's gonna impede the process a little bit here. The feet, though they are wide and flat, they don't have any hole for a stand. So if you've got, like, basically any of the NECA or McFarlane stands, or any, you can't plug anything in there without a hole to plug it into. So we're getting into this whole trans thing again. And transmutation, transportation, transmat, transman. So the female to male thing comes into play a little bit here again with the posability. But that's kind of my take on this figure. God damn it, give me one more second and we'll do the final fucking tape. So yeah, now you got the hand gauntlets thing, whatever. I don't know if I needed to take. Yeah, that's like a hand cannon. If you take the hand off for that, it's like a Mega Man cannon. And you got like the punchy fist thing, the power fist, the Fallout power fist. These can be a little problematic because they shift the center of gravity again, and now your figure is very, like, front heavy. Again, it's like, I had a kind of a hard time getting him to stand even just in this kind of static pose. But if you manipulate it and you use some kind of architecture to, like, keep it up, even kind of like a silent architecture, like those wax tabs, he won't do something like that. So my final take on this figure is it looks really cool. It feels really cool. It'll look cool on your shelf. It'll probably stand out better than the regular Fugitoid. And it's got some great accessories with it, but also it will be difficult to pose. This will be falling off your shelf all the time. You're going to have to be using some sort of thing, some kind of adhesive. I recommend the museum wax tabs, okay? Just buy them. They come in sheets of like you get 500 in a pack or 1,000 or whatever. They'll change your life. Look at this posability you can get out of stuff when you got those wax tabs and you're absolutely sure that things aren't going to be falling down. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about this Fugitoid. It's great addition to the Mirage line. The Mirage line's fucking great, man. Not even being a fan specifically of the comics. I was a cartoon and movie kid growing up. But the Mirage line is really great. And you know, I'm having mixed feelings about my collecting right now. I'm trying to decide what I want to stay in, what I want to get out of, and, you know, the Mirage line just is so hard to let go of because it's so beautiful. And, you know, they keep releasing cool stuff. This fucking April, you know, Pam Grier April. Love Pam Grier April.
Death is too easy for you, bitch. I want you to suffer.
Old Man Raph will be coming up in our next and final review for Haulathon. But man, that Mirage line really stands out. So yeah, this green Fugitoid, it's worth the $35. If you see it, pick it up. Great addition to your shelf. Love it. But just get some museum wax tabs. Anyway, guys, this is the NECA King. I'll see you on the last and final Haulathon video coming out this week. I love you very much, guys. Have a good one. Bye. Are you fucking kidding me?